All right, today we're going to break down the online broker RoboForex. We're using a professional review from Brokerate.io to really get into the details, what works, what doesn't, and what you need to know. Let's get right into it. You know, picking a new broker can be a real headache. Is RoboForex a solid choice, or are there red flags we need to worry about? Well, we're going to dig into the actual data from the Brokerate review and see if it could be the right move for you. So, first things first, who is RoboForex? Well, they're an online trading platform that's actually been around for a while, since 2009. They offer services in Forex and CFD trading across the globe. And just as a refresher, CFDs are contracts for difference. Basically, they let you speculate on where an asset's price is going without ever having to own the thing itself. Yeah, founded way back in 2009, so they've been in the market for well over a decade now. And you'll see here the company is officially based in Belize. Now, that little detail is going to be pretty important in a few minutes when we start talking about regulation, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, let's get to the practical stuff. What does it actually take to start trading with these guys? Let's take a look at the key account features and the kind of trading conditions you can expect. $10. Seriously, that's the minimum deposit you need to open an account. This is a huge deal because that incredibly low barrier to entry is perfect for new traders who just want to dip their toes in the water without risking a ton of cash. And it's not just about the tiny deposit. They also offer a demo account so you can practice, and they have Islamic accounts if you need one. The main account currency is the good old US dollar. But, and this is super important, they do not accept clients from the USA, Canada, Japan, Australia, or a handful of other countries. All right, let's get into what might be the single most important factor when you're choosing a broker: regulation. Who's watching over RoboForex, and what does that actually mean for the safety of your money? So the Brokerate review confirms it right here. RoboForex is regulated by the Financial Services Commission, or FSC, in Belize. That's their official regulator and license number. But what does being regulated in Belize actually mean? Well, here's a really key quote from the source. It gives them a certain level of credibility, but, and this is a big but, it does not have the stringent oversight of top-tier regulators like the FCA or SISEC. And this really breaks it down visually. You've got the FSC of Belize on one side and the big guns, the top-tier regulators, on the other. That key difference is stringent oversight. That usually means stricter rules about how they protect your funds and things like compensation schemes if the broker goes bust. It's a really critical trade-off to think about because sometimes brokers with this kind of regulation can offer higher leverage that the top-tier ones can't. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the trading experience itself. What kind of tools do they give you, and what are the actual conditions you'll be trading under day to day? RoboForex gives you a really solid lineup of platforms to choose from. You've got the industry standards, MetaTrader 4 and 5, which is great, but they also have their own WebTrader, a mobile app for trading when you're on the move, and their own proprietary platform called RStocks Trader. And what can you actually trade? Well, the review points out the big three here: currency pairs, gold, and other commodities. So it definitely covers the major markets that most Forex and CFD traders are interested in. Now let's take a quick look at the nitty-gritty of their trading conditions. The max leverage is listed here as 1-to-1, which honestly seems unusually low for a Forex broker. It might apply to a very specific account type, or it could just be a typo in the source material. Spreads can go from 0 all the way up to 1.9 pips, and your minimum trade size is a micro lot, or 0.01. These are the numbers that are going to directly affect your bottom line. So after weighing all of that, what's the final verdict from the Brokerate.io review? What did they decide in the end? A 97? Wow. Brokerate gave RoboForex an overall score of 97? That is a seriously high score, which puts them squarely in their recommended category. It really shows that, on balance, the pros heavily outweighed any cons in their analysis. And that kind of brings us to the big question, doesn't it? We've got a broker with a fantastic score from this review and an incredibly low $10 entry fee, but that's paired with regulation that, while it's there, isn't considered top tier. So the question really becomes about you. When you're picking a broker, what's most important? Is it the easy access and low cost, or is it the peace of mind that comes with that super stringent top tier oversight? All right,